Welcome back to Maths with Mrs. J. We're doing a series of videos about ratio and rate, and we're now up to the point where we can start talking about rates. A rate is similar to a ratio, however, a rate compares quantities of different kinds. Probably the most common rates that you will be used to in everyday life are things like dollars per kilo, kilometres per hour, dollars per hour. If you're talking about a part-time job, how many dollars you earn every hour, that sort of thing. So a rate is the change in one quantity divided by the change in another. Let's do some examples. If Margaret buys 375 grams of grapes for $4, what is the cost per kilogram? Okay, well, the cost per kilogram, it cost her $4 for 375 grams, which is how many kilograms? 0.375, isn't it? So it was $4 for 0.375 kilograms. We use our calculator and we divide. 4 divided by 0.375 gives us $10.67. We're always with money round off to 2 decimal places, of course. So $10.67 per kilo. So that's not particularly cheap, is it? Another example where we use rates are things like, what is the better buy? You might notice if you go to the supermarket these days, it's actually the law that there must be a unitary price or a price per set amount given when they display the price for something. So if you're buying soft drink, it must say the cost per litre, for example, for the different sized bottles or cans or whatever. Usually, if you buy in bulk, it's cheaper per 100 grams or per kilo or per litre or whatever it is, depending on what it is, but not always. Sometimes the cheaper packet is on special and you're better off buying two of the smaller packets rather than one of the bigger packets. Let's work out the better buy. Well, to work out the better buy, we want to work out the cost per kilo would make sense, hey? Or even the cost per 100 grams, the cost per kilo is fine. So A costs $7.29 for 0.8 of a kilogram. When we work that out, we get $9.11 per kilo. For option B, it's costing $5.50 for 500 grams, which is 0.5 of a kilogram. If we divide that by 0.5, same as multiplying it by 2, so it's $11 per kilo. So which is the better buy? Clearly, in this case, as usually is the case, it's cheaper to buy in bulk. So the better buy, A is the better buy. That's actually a very handy skill to have. Of course, they do have to display that in the supermarkets these days, but not everywhere does. And if you want to get value for money, you want to be getting the best possible price per kilo or per litre or whatever it is, depending on what you're buying.